Okay, my name is Elliot Fong. I am the Associate Director here at KUCR, and I've been in this position for less than a year, but I have been active with KUCR since 2003.
My name is Wolfgang Maury. I've been at KUCR since about April of 2014. I do 2 shows here. I do a jazz show called Maiden Voyage, which runs Tuesdays, 11 to 1 p.m. And I do my own show where I play a variety of whatever the hell I feel like. Thursdays, noon to 2, it's called Last Chance to Evacuate.
I'm Sam Kelly. I'm the hip-hop director and the DJ, and I've been at the station pretty much this whole year. I mean, doing something, yeah.
My KUCR story. That's a long story.
But my love for radio is everlasting. From a child growing up in Jamaica, was my first love. Maybe to become a politician too, but radio and music.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, that's radio and music. My first love, which is what drove me to California from New York. I left pretty much everyone in New York, my family. That was kind of tough. In retrospect, I probably wouldn't do it again.
Every day I step in here, I feel like Indiana Jones. I feel literally like I'm the curator of the Met. I feel literally like I have a whole time capsule, at my fingertips.
Again, I think it will always come down to funding, whether they're, not us, but other stations have to do, drives or fundraisers to get the money. And we're more susceptible, I guess, to being criticized for any thoughts we might express, just because there's no one, telling us not to express those thoughts.
Independent radio is in a very bad state, extremely bad state. NPR, I think, destroyed the credibility of what was left of college radio. You don't hear fruitful, productive, enlightening, and informative conversations anymore, apart from KPFK. The rest of stations, they just really watered down to nothing, essentially. But maybe for someone like you who grew up in this era, it's okay, but for someone like myself, KPCC and some of these other stations, they used to have wonderful programming. Not anymore. It's all corporatized now. It's all about the dollars. And so I think we have independent radio stations, college radio stations, in that sense, especially the ones that are run by NPR, have taken a step back into the last 2 centuries, not even the 20th century, the 17th and 18th century. Really step back.
We do a lot of stuff here. KSPC sponsors a lot of events and throws a lot of events, so we're impacting the campus more so than just like playing music on the radio. And we still have, I think, a good degree of independence to do, pretty much what we want. And it seems like we get support from the schools. And, yeah, I think it's healthy. That's just me. Yeah.
Being on the air, there's a great deal of responsibility, and I think being responsible with any of the opinions that we have is, I guess, I wouldn't say it's a challenge, but it's just something that we have to be aware of, and stay legitimate about.
It's very, very much an active pursuit. You have to always be thinking, all right, what's gonna blow them away this time? I played this last week. I need to show them something they haven't heard.
So, for instance, this police brutality. A homeless man was killed by police last weekend. I don't have to necessarily say anything. I can just play Junior Mervyn, Police and Thief, and vast majority of people get the message. The war in the Middle East, I just have to play Max Romeo, War in a Babylon, a Bob Marley, Until the Philosophy That Holds One Race, and the message is in the music. That's the good part about reggae. the messages in the music. You just have to find the right selection.
We definitely have the responsibility to at least try to let people know what's going on in the world, aside from what they're shown on regular TV or radio. And, you know, I try to do that personally, but it's also difficult because, you know, you don't want to spread misinformation that you're finding on social pages or whatever.
I would never like say or play anything on air that I thought would like wrongly, that would like offend like a group of people or like disrespect like an individual or just something like that, because I wouldn't want to foster like anything like that.
The mainstream radio station with no content is just the same top 40. Day in and day out. Day in and day out. And nothing, none of the shows really, or even the music, address social issues. Homelessness, poverty, unemployment. So everything is fine and dandy.
People now have all of the means to listen to whatever they want, and one of the challenges, of course, the major challenge is for college radio to really set itself out as a truly provocative and meaningful source of culture and music. And I think it prevents this sort of challenge in a way is a positive for college radio, because this sort of cultural environment is sort of something that college radio has always, or at least I think people who work in college radio have always wanted. They've always wanted an audience that is thirsty, an audience that wants something.
And, you know, like I said, they're doing great stuff. You don't want to miss out just because it's not like handed to you like on a silver platter. Like, go look for it and you're going to find some, you know, crazy art, crazy music, just really, really cool stuff. So stay supportive of them, I guess.
And the listenership is growing, especially now with internet. You know, across the 7 seas, people can hear the show. I think like 3 generations of people now are listening. You know, have friends who their parents raised them, now they're raising their kids. I said, well, I feel like a dinosaur. But it's good. Yeah.
And I think also working with the community, you know, the community of Riverside and the surrounding areas, it's really cool to see the university, you know, KUCR being part of the university and KUCR being a voice, one of the voices of the university, and hearing a lot of positive feedback from the community, you know, from different artists. You know, like, you know, somebody will say something, say, oh, you know, I loved what I heard the other day. And I'm like, cool, I didn't know you listened, and you know, it's a great conversations stem from that.
Well, I guess like I said before, you know, in concerns to the future of college radio, it could all end, you know, up in the air one day if some kid plays, you know, hard in the paint on the air, and, you know, we could all be out of the building within the week. But I feel right now that, you know, the future of college radio is in good hand. The shape of college radio to come is looking pretty healthy, if you ask me.
So that is the biggest challenge. And I think for everyone, probably that's the biggest challenge. Biggest challenge when that microphone is open, what do you say? It's just you and the world. The record is done. What do you say? Mm-hmm.